If you donate one kidney, everybody loves you, and you're a total hero. But donate 5 and suddenly everyone has questions. If you donate one kidney, everybody loves you, and you're a total hero. But donate 5 and suddenly everyone has questions. I work with animals. The guy says to his date, that's so sweet. She replies, I love a man who cares about animals. Are you a vet? He said, no, I'm a butcher. I work with animals. The guy says to his date, that's so sweet. She replies, I love a man who cares about animals. Are you a vet? He said, no, I'm a butcher. When I see the names of lovers engraved on a tree, I don't find it cute or romantic. I find it weird how many people take knives with them on dates. When I see the names of lovers engraved on a tree, I don't find it cute or romantic. I find it weird how many people take knives with them on dates. They say there's a person capable of murder in every friendship group. I suspected it was Dave, so I killed him before he could cause any harm. They say there's a person capable of murder in every friendship group. I suspected it was Dave, so I killed him before he could cause any harm. I never forget my granddad's last words to me just before he died. Son, are you still holding the ladder? I'll never forget my granddad's last words to me just before he died. Son, are you still holding the ladder? Vinny's lost the plot.
Here we go. Back on a Tuesday night. Jasper! Do you want to tell me where I've gone? Jasper! I'm invisible! I just popped out of nowhere! What happened, Jasper? What happened? What happened? Was that the first glitch of the evening, Jasper? Was that the first of many, or are you gonna get your... I'm trying not to swear. Hey, what's up, Weston? What's up, little Lou? Bosh! That guy is so good at saying Bosh. Bosh. Anyway. Hello, humans. Let me just get a drink. I come prepared and go live and it all happens. Yeah, how was the week? The week was good, little Lou. How was your week? Anyway, hello humans. Welcome to the stream, my podcast, my desperate need for attention. This is my show. My name is Bodach and I was exiled here to Earth, framed for crimes I didn't commit. But that's a story for another day. This is my thing. I ramble, I chit chat. I fight technical glitches, and I've probably been neuralized by the Men in Black multiple times, considering there's not a rabbit hole not worth my time. I wear my tinfoil hat with pride and never shy of speaking my mind. So join me, help me, enable my bad choices. Maybe then I will finally have a glitch-free stream. Too late for that though, isn't it, Jasper? Too late for that. Already had a glitch. The streak resets to 0 once again. Anyway, I live in a castle. It's not mine. I don't know who owns it. I've never met them, but I've been here for years and no one checks. My man cave is here. I have my own gym. And there's this weird mirror down in the basement that shows me memes. I host my own talk show where I invite guests on for a chinwag. And I host the quiz show Silly Sausages and sometimes try a bit of open mic down at a local comedy club. I also have the honour of being a regular guest speaker at the Institute for Science, Memes, Entertainment and Gaming. You will find my previous Smeg talks on all my channels. But enough about me. I'm not alone. My mate Jasper is behind the scenes. He hides here, he's from my world, but the less you know about him, the better. Jasper is my producer, my editor, my security, my driver, my cook, my secret Santa and my drug dealer. And together, we stream on Twitch, YouTube, Kick, X, Facebook, Rumble, Trovo, and Nemo. And you can also follow me on TikTok, Instagram, BitChute, and Odyssey. Head to the Bodach Show. That's my website I built myself. Links to that are in the description. I'll give you links to all my stuff. I'd really appreciate it if you subbed and followed and all the stuff you've got accounts for, even if you don't use it. It helps out tremendously. Feel free to jump in the channel, so feel free to clip and share anything you see. Enjoy the show. Let's crack on. What's up, Black Betty? Christopher Glitchins is live. Oh, come on. Come on. You didn't do your picks last week. I did, Joey. I did. I just didn't go live to announce them. And I didn't put them on Topology. But I'll have you know, I went 10 for 12. Or 10 for 2. However you want to pick it. I got 10 right, all right? I got 10 right. But we're getting back on it. We're getting back on it. You probably won't see me for a few Sundays because I got some plans, man. I got some plans. Some really cool plans. It's time to level up the stream a bit. Building some really interesting game modes. I'm building some dumb stuff as well, by the way. Just some really dumb stuff. Like for example, hang on. Like for example, right? Paper, scissor, stones. What was it? Paper, scissor, rock. Once a stream, if I could get people to go to my website, and I'll call around, and it'll just pair you all off, best of 3. Rock, paper, scissors, whatever. You just press it on the app. Winner goes on. And we'll just have a little rock, paper, scissor tournament to start. There's at some point every stream. Listen, when I actually get some time on my website, I'm gonna put in some proper dumbass stuff for the stream. I'm telling you. What games have you gotten into last time we played? Little Lou, I really want to play Expedition 33. I really want to do it. And games that I care about, I've decided that I'm playing offline. Because I'm recording my gameplay and then I'm going to do a review of it. Problem is, it takes me so fucking long to finish a game. I can't be a regular game reviewer because if a game takes 30 hours to complete, that's me gone for 6 months. That's how little time I get on computer games. Sure, there's a ton you have in mind. I got Expedition 33 to play. I want to do a replay of the 3 of my favourite games. So that's Red Dead Redemption 2, The Witcher 3. I want to play The Witcher 3 from beginning to end with all expansions. So that's a long few months. And then I want to replay the game Control. I've always wanted to go back and replay that game. But yeah, at the minute, the priority is leveling up the stream. I've got some kit to buy. Like what Frankie's doing. If you look at Frankie, when he was streaming earlier, Obviously, the quality is not ideal, but the fact that he's in this noisy pub with music going on all the way over the place and stuff, and his voice was still somehow cutting through. You know, you just need a little bit of kit like that. I've got a little bit of kit to invest in. I've got a little bit of coding to do. Getting ready for episode 100 to 200. We're gonna mix up a bit. And with all, I don't know. I think I've missed most of it because the summer's nearly over. But places like Epping and stuff, I could go there. It's not that far away from me. And every time protests flare up, it always happens in Cambridge because it's in the middle of a utopia. So I want to get out there, start doing man on the street stuff as well. But to do that stuff, you need some kit that you don't care about. In case some lefty decides to grab it and throw it on the floor or something. Rock, paper, scissors. Yes, exactly. Joe the Weed Ninja says, very well done. No tap or silk pajamas though. No. I'm really struggling with silk pajamas. I don't know how to promote it. I'm not the best at that stuff. Because I really wanted to do the Silk Pajamas League and I really want to do a fantasy football. The fantasy football starts in a couple of weeks. It's just not going to happen this year. Better luck next year. But the reality is, not that many people tune in, man. My channel's not there yet. It's not a level where I can drive a fantasy league. You know what I mean? 597 subs. I know, Black Betty, but I've been thinking about it a lot, you know. It's a drawing game where you have to guess what they're drawing. Yeah, exactly, Black Betty. I can do that shit as well. You ever played Scribble? I'm going to put loads of little games in, Black Betty. Like, I just need the time to code it, but I can absolutely do drawing things where I can have like panel members come on and start drawing in the first to get it. The major thing is, for anyone who's interested, is the first thing I need to do is just rebuild the quiz. Because I mentioned it, but the thing is about the quiz is I threw that together. I threw that quiz together over like a weekend when I started coding it for the first time. Is a concept. I wanted to know if OBS Studio could do it. So I press buttons at home on a screen and it all happens and you see the visuals on your screen. And then you also see the visuals on the stream. So it was a concept and they ended up just using it. And some of you go, I don't get enough time to answer the questions. That's because the method at which it updates is really primitive. Once a second, it pings the server and goes, there's an update. There's an update. So if you're at the tail end of that second, it's going to feel like you get less time to answer questions, ever so slightly. So once I finish rebuilding it the way I want to do it, it will use something we call sockets. I don't know if you ever notice, or something similar to sockets. Do you ever notice like when you got Facebook and stuff, you're not actually on Facebook, but it's able to alert you. It'll work like that. So when the server is ready to push a question, you'll basically all get it at the exact same time. And about to time it properly. A quality vid will up your subs, but it just takes time. And a hello to you, Bodach MMA. Bodach MMA. Hello, musical. Hey, what's up, Chrissy J? Bodach, if Jasper has the time, tell him to get you more suits. Yeah, I've got so many things planned. I got more outfits coming. I got online games. Like I say, get the quiz sorted out. That's like foundational shit. So the stuff that the work that's involved with me rebuilding my quiz, more than half of that is then reused in other games and other things that I want to do. Room 101 style, battle quiz. We're doing the battle quiz. We'll do a battle quiz, or maybe like a battle quiz round. So you'll be able to target players and whatnot and then send them fart noises. So yeah. Really looking forward to that shit. But yeah, 597 subs. I don't really... Do you know what I was thinking about it, you know? I was trying to work out... yeah, Room 101 gonna go off. I hope so, musical. Yeah, so like with the subs thing bit, I was trying to work out, is my channel doing well or not? Because you can get away, when you start channels and get into content, you can get a little bit fixated on numbers, which is really important not to do. But I was trying to work out what metric should I actually pay attention to? Because when you actually look around... No, hang on, where's my screen? So, right, there's 16 of you here. Hang on, I'll refresh. There's 16 of you here, right? Which, again, thank you, by the way. I really appreciate you spending your Tuesday evening with me. But I see people with 3, 4, 5,000 subs getting 6. And then you'll see a channel with like 3,000 or 4,000 and they're getting like 50. So I don't really think there's much stock in subscriber counts. I'll tell you what I think is, I think the best metrics to know if your channel's doing well is views and live stream views. Because I think that I think another thing about the nature of these channels are, you'll see a channel and it might be 10 years old with 1 million subscribers, and yet they'll post a video and it will like get 10,000 views, because I think ultimately 90% of the channels go dead after a year or so. People forget their logins, or they just, various fucking things happen. Or you might just end up down in the YouTube. People get bored of you. They support you, so they stay subscribed, but they never actually watch your content. So the algorithm picks up on that and then just pushes you to the bottom. Yeah, you never seem to watch that. I'll leave it. And I think ultimately that's where we all end up. So I think what matters is your most recent stuff. I don't put any stock in it. I think that's what... Am I making sense? Anyway, I'm moving on. I hope I made sense. I feel like my channel's doing well because when I go on to... when I look at the views and stuff, it's all right. So I'm happy. I have the occasional short do rate. So yeah. It would be nice to get to 600. Not gonna lie, obviously. 597. It's an odd number. It would be lovely to see it at 600, and it'd be lovely to see the number go up. But I'm just saying, in 4 or 5 years' time. I mean, how many of those 600 subscribed back in 2023 and have never looked back in? That's what I'm saying. It's one of those weird games, isn't it? The YouTube game. As soon as you go quiet, you lose it all. But anyway, tonight we got some UFC picks reviews. God, that's just like I'm just rambling nonsense. We got some weird news, some memes. Well, no, we'll start with the memes. No, wait, hang on. Let's go check out the mirror. Ooh. Welcome to the basement. Mind the mess. I haven't had time to clean the place up. As you know, I found this mirror next to a note carrying 2 simple instructions. The first instruction said not to get too close to the mirror. It doesn't say why. And the second instruction was a phrase. And when you say this phrase, the mirror shows you things. We'll say the phrase in the mirror. Bodach is... If Jasper has the time, tell him to get you more suits. Yes, I'm going to definitely do more suits. Room 101's going to go off. I read that bit. I never check metrics. Probably should, to be fair. I think you should. I don't think you should get lost in the metrics. I remember... I'm so grateful for past experience. In case I haven't mentioned it before, I used to be a Viner. I was a much more successful Viner than I am a YouTuber, but yeah. I remember back then being part of a comedy group and sort of having various friends in that Vine space. And some people got really wrapped up in the numbers. And if something got them numbers, they knuckled down on that. And it was like you could see them crushing their soul. They wanted to express themselves comedically, but that didn't get the numbers. And the ones that did, like there was this one guy, I remember, he was called Antonio Sharp. He wanted to be a presenter and he wanted to do stuff. But he did this stupid vibe and went, "Oh, not in my basket," in his campy voice. And that's all anyone ever wanted him to do. Now, he could have been ethical and stuck to his creative principles and focused on doing what he wanted to do. Or you could get a television deal, loads of sponsorship deals, and your channel will blow up as loads of morons will clap like a bunch of seals if you just keep going, "Oh, not in my basket." What do you think he did? Well, of course he sold his soul. Started going, "Oh, not in my basket." And then loads of them did that. So it's really important not to get lost in the numbers because you end up doing stuff for numbers, which is not a really good mind. That's going to send you off in a mindset. These fuckers are all gone now. The only ones I know who are still making content from back in the Vine days are the ones who are true to their own creative principles and they were just doing what they want to do. Doesn't matter if you're boring or interesting, good or bad, you're just doing your thing. But I do check the metrics just to, because I'm obviously casting a wide net. I want to be a streamer who makes VODs. The AI stuff makes the shorts easy, so I do it. But if I was doing the shorts and they were all getting like 10 views, I wouldn't bother. Like, for some reason, YouTube really wants you to be posting shorts. So fuck it, why not? And they can be TikToks. That's my approach to metrics musical. I check them, I'm mindful of them, and as I say, I'm posting shorts and every now and then one hits 1,000 views. So I'll keep doing it. Whatever. But I'm not about to suddenly, like, if you look at my stuff, my shorts get way more views. Like, all my watch hours and stuff are coming from my shorts, and all the views are coming from my shorts. I don't get that many views on my live streams. But that's what I'm saying. Some people will be like, "Well, fuck this. I'm not live streaming. I'm not posting VODs. I'm going to just focus on shorts," right? That's what I'm saying. I'm not doing that. That's my approach. I actually like the format of live streaming, so even if it gets me views or not, I don't give a fuck. That's the bit that I enjoy, making VODs. This is what I'm saying. This is the difference. Some people chase numbers. Some people just do what they want. I want to be one of those that does what they want. Your castle needs ghosts floating around too. Yeah, Black Betty, these are all things I want to bring in. I'm setting myself nice, short, attainable targets. There'll be seasonal changes, Black Betty. There'll be summer versions of things, winter versions, Halloween versions, Christmas versions. There'll be the various versions of outfits. The 420 subs fell at the perfect time too. I know, Zoe. And you fuckers kept unsubscribing to keep me there. It was infuriating but hilarious. Like, stop it. Stop unsubscribing just to keep you on 420. It got as far as 429, 430, then it dropped all the way back to 420. And then you'd be in my chat going, "Oh, sorry, I didn't realise you were streaming." It's because you unsubscribed. You wankers. Fuck, I've not been recording my bloody stream. I've been chatting shit anyway. Gotta go record the stream. That's going straight in my basket. Oh, I fucking hate that. Exactly. What's up, Lane? It's tough. Because if a vid blows up, you can get stuck making the same shit. E.g. Rigo with all the conspiracy nonsense. Exactly, musical. I think that's probably why my channel doesn't grow very quick. It's because I don't pander to a niche. I literally just do what I feel like doing. And my videos make no sense. There's no pattern to them. It's just ADHD. So, oh, that one time I fancied talking about Russell Brand and I had a week spare, so I made a video. And then that next week I fancied talking about OJ Simpson. Completely unrelated. Just completely unrelated. One was current, one was some old thing from nearly 30 years ago. I think people really should. I just don't get it. Bodach, if I'm honest, I really dislike the AI shorts. There's so many funny moments that the AI can't catch. I timestamp everything funny that happens and upload that. I haven't got the time used. That's what I'm saying. The AI stuff is such a good time saver, and I get more positive feedback from them than I do negative. But yeah, it is difficult. I was going to say something. I forgot now. Ah, it's gone. Who can? I don't know what you mean, Chris. Cushman. Who is this? They replace John Cushman middleweight on DWCS. Did they? I don't know what you mean. How many subs you get from the Russell Brand OG vids? I mean, the Russell Brand, I think I've got about 20 to 30 odd. In the last 100 that I've got subscribers, over half of them are from the shorts. I honestly don't get many come from the streams. It's I wish it did. It's the bit I like doing. What's up? What's up, Jay Beers? Nice to see you back. Bodach, are we doing a companion on Saturday? I think we should. Gummy Gang crew rocked up. Welcome. Oh yeah, I'm seeing music on Saturday. Am I still getting my tattoo? I haven't heard from Thumbnail. I'm still up for getting the tattoo. Oh, sorry. Mr. Mirror on the wall, show me some names to crop my soul.
No!
This is exactly what I'm like. Am I getting a Paradox tramp stamp? No, I'm not Paradox. Yeah, tattoo is fully booked in that. Nice! Seems to be a trend with the women nowadays. No, I'm getting something even more chavvy than that, Paradox. I'm getting a liver bird. This is my ADHD brain as well for that day. Yep, it's all good. Ah! Jesus Christ, it goes on.
Who hates white people the most? Who gives better head? Who has STD? Who drowned the chef?
No one talks about the drowned chef, do they? The fucking Obamas. The fact that she's a man and there's some dead chef. Do you reckon the chef got a bit close? Felt the dong, and that's why he's dead. Do you reckon that's what happened? I reckon so. Get the tattoo on your neck. Nah, I'm going to get it on my arm. On my wrist. It's going to be the first of many. I want them to mean something. I think it's special. Because the person I'm getting it from is training. She's a good artist. And I get to support someone at the start of their career. But I'm not just going to like randomly book. I want to know the artist, or I want to get tattoos when I'm like on holiday and stuff like that. I want them to mean something. Like there is one thing I want to do with the kids. I take them to someone, find out what their spirit animals are, and get those animals tattooed. But yeah, I got a bunch of stuff. Your clips audio is louder than your voice. Your clips audio is louder than your voice. That's annoying. That's because it's not turned down to -9 decibels. Like it should be. Wait, how did that get in there? How did that get in there? Look. I don't know how that got in there. I swear. I don't know. But while we're on the subject, Brutally Honest MMA says to me, or he says to a group of us, I'm a little bit fat. And I want you to fat shame me. And to do this out of love. Do this out of love. You fat bastard. Brutally Honest MMA. You massive fat bastard. Everybody fat shame. Look. I know this is... He's asking for this, by the way. He's asking for this. He wants to be fat shamed. He's asking for this. This isn't some weaponization of a chat. This is just friends trying to do the right thing. And if we remind Brutally Honest MMA what a fat man he is every day. Every time he reaches over for that biscuit or cake, he'll think twice. And he'll look back and he'll say, thank you. Thank you, everyone, for fat shaming me. Don't get it on your wrist, honestly. You should have it done on your chest. Same position as the shirt badge. Come on, Joey. That's so chavvy. I only want a little one. I only want a little tattoo on my arm. Just a little one in a discreet place. Dude has a thicker neck than my waist. I mean, he does. I can't believe Brutally blew up this big. Ashamed to be his mate, to be honest. Exactly, Musical. He's a fatty bum. He's a fatty bum. But fat shaming works. As a former fat bastard, maybe it might not work on women. You know, I'm going to be honest. It might not work on women. It hits different on a woman. You know, you see, when you say hello, when you go up to a woman and you're like, "Oi, you need to lay off the fucking cake and sweets, mate. You are getting fat." That's received differently to a woman's ears, to a man's ears. To a woman's ears, you're just being, well, you're being mean. You're being cruel. You're being nasty. But when you say it to a man, it's a reality check. It's like, you know what, mate? Thank you for that. You're right. I sweat too much. I breathe going up I'm out of breath going up the stairs. I mouth breathe now. I am so fat. I'm so fat I went bald. Thank you for fat shaming me. The diet starts right now. See, this is what happens when you fat shame men. It just doesn't work on women. You can't go up to some woman and go, "Oh, you fat bitch, you're going to lay off the cake." You could do that to a man. If you're at McDonald's with a guy and he's like, "Oh, I'll have a large Big Mac meal, please, bosh. And 6 nuggets." Listen, you fat fuck, do you really need the 6 nuggets? That man is going to look around and go, "Actually, mate, you know what? Yeah, you're right. I need to scrap the nuggets, mate. Oh, I've put on too much weight. Look, thanks for looking out, mate." Right? If you do that to a woman, come on. The woman's in the drive-thru saying, "Oh, can I have a Big Mac meal? I want some extra nuggets, please." And you're like, "Come on, you fat bitch. Do you need the extra nuggets?" That woman's not going to take it the same. "Listen, I had a hard week, all right? I haven't been able to sleep, right? I'm on my period." It's like, you know what I mean? You let her have the fucking nuggets. Just let her have the fucking nuggets. It's different. When it comes to men specifically, fat shaming works. And as a reminder, Brutally asked us to do this to him. Take Heed musical. Yes. Brutally Tubby. Exactly. Apparently brutally sleeps inside a burger bun. He does. Fat bastard. Looks like he ate Brutally Honest MMA. He does, Jerry. Looks like Brutally Honest MMA is trying to escape from a fat person's belly. Looking forward to Saturday. Yes, thumbnail. Me too. Also known as Saturday. Bosh. The Bosch thing. Why is he so good at boshing? It's the screechy ones that get that I don't like the screechy ones. But I understand them. You know what I mean? He's got a gimmick and he needs to mix it up a bit. But sometimes he's like Bosh. And then sometimes he's like Bash. Why? I've never understood like what's the occasion? Like what I'm trying to figure out the pattern. When does he go Bosh, 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 Bash? You know the ones? Bash. When does Yeah. I'm always disappointed. I'm gonna be honest. When he does a screechy, I don't like the screechy ones. Bash. I don't like the screechy ones. I'll be honest. Bosh basically means let's go. Bash. Man, the screechy ones are the best. Because they catch you off guard. They do catch you off guard. You're waiting for the bash. You're waiting for the bash. You're waiting for the bash. Then you get hit with a bash. It's just... toys with you. He toys with you. And every now and again he's like, ducking, weaving, bash. You don't know what you're getting. You're going to get a bash. You're going to get a bash. You're going to get a bash. Fucking Big John.
Knowledgeable fisticuffs. Tomorrow's news. In 2 days from today.
Hello, humans. If you're watching this, you are part of the BKWA. It stands for Bodach's Keyboard Warrior Army. Bakwa. Fighting lies, tyranny, and corruption one meme at a time. Legacy media is dying, my friend. And memes are now the world's #3 news source, behind Elon Musk's X and Chuck Norris movies. If this segment isn't illegal, it will be eventually. Welcome to Knowledgeable Fisticuffs. Your sword and shield against globalist scum. I do have a few stories actually to tell. What's going on there? Jasper's glitching! That's a second glitch.
No, you can't deport undocumented migrants. That's a violation of their human rights. Yeah, quick question. Which one? This is like 5 pages long. Which one? My little international law diva. Oh, what's that? None? You made it up? From posts on Reddit? Oh, that's crazy. But if you deport undocumented migrants to the place where they were literally born, they'll be an imminent threat of danger. Ah, so we're deporting refugees. That makes sense. Yeah, oh wait, we're not doing that at all? These people do not have refugee status and they never have? Okay. So they're just fleeing the gangs. The gangs that magically appear wherever they go. Fascinating. No, really, really fascinating. Okay, so they are economic migrants then, who came here illegally. And deporting them is doing a hecking fascism. Ah, so fascism is when no economic migrant. And the fewer economic migrant there are, the more fascism it be. I see. I
love this guy. Can't make him out. I can't work out if he's saw or not, but I like him. Makes a good point.
Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
Wait. Bosh basic, yeah. Big John's gonna end up in a hospital. Hospital. I hope not. I mean, he's fat as fuck, and he's not gonna see his retirement age, is he? Not like being skinny is a guarantee, but you know what I mean. He's not giving himself the best chance. Is Big John any match for Ronnie Pickering? That is a fantastic question, Black Betty. I wouldn't know. I mean, Big John is Big John, bosh. But on the other hand, does he know who Ronnie Pickering is? You mean, I've heard Ronnie Pickering counted to infinity twice, you know what I mean? It's Ronnie fucking Pickering. The Big John Ronnie collab would be insane. Did anyone see the Ibiza final boss doing the rounds on Twitter? Did anyone see the Ibiza final boss doing the rounds on Twitter? Who's the Ibiza final boss? Who is the Ibiza final boss? Hang on. I'm just trying to get the buttons. What is this? What am I about to watch? What the fuck is going on with his hair? That's a statement. That's a statement. So yes. What the fuck is going on with his face? I don't know what to look at. He looks like a literal Lego man. That's a better look. Look at the fucking state of it. That's ridiculous. Is this what you wanted us to look at? What is it? Have you heard those old geezers who rap from Liverpool? I haven't actually, Black Betty. The IB for final boss. Is this the IB for final boss? That's... Come on. He looked in the mirror. He looked in the mirror and thought, yeah, that's it for today. Let's leave the house now. Let's leave the house. I mean, I'm saying this looking like I look, but... Some people take the piss out of the man bun. Some people take the piss out of the man bun. But at least I haven't got a fucking microphone windshield for a haircut, you know? Look at the fucking state of it. It's the pouting as well. The fucking pouting. He's owning it. He's just absolutely fucking owning that. I look like this, deal with it. Actually, it's not even that, is it? I look like this, and that's your problem. That's the pout. That's what the pout's saying. Yeah? I look like this, it's your problem. Fucking pout it off. Jesus. This isn't real. I can't get over it. You've completely caught me off guard with this. Fuck me. Oh.
Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison for conspiring with Jeffrey Epstein over no evidence. I've never seen someone get sentenced to 20 years when there's no evidence. Weird.
It is weird, right? What the fuck is she in prison for? Okay, you got some more links. Hang on. Yeah, beef for fun of us. Betty, you want about Baz and Dave? Laugh at that. Laugh at that. That's hair. I don't know what it is. What's this? Let's have a look. I need to be careful what I'm opening up. Oh, what is this? Oh, what am I about to put on? What am I about to put on? Right, start again. Fair dues. Fair dues. All fucking respect to them having a go, man. They do look like the kind of old people Conor McGregor would punch, mind. But yeah, that's well, good for them. Good for them. Good for them.
Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced to 20 years in prison for conspiring with
I've
Jeffrey
already seen
Epstein
you.
over no evidence. I've never seen...
I've already seen that video. It looks like Trevor Peake. Bro is single-handedly bringing the bowl cut back. The bowl cut can never come back. It can never come back. Look at the state of it. Look at the state of that bowl. I bet he boshes all day too. Bosh. Big John in his youth. Can it just... Imagine you're a girl in Ibiza. And you're just sitting down. You're just taking the load off your feet for a bit. You've been dancing for a few hours. And he rocks up next to you. Slides in. Slides in like he's sliding into your DMs. Is that... Oh, and you know he's got an Essex accent. Is that, you alright, sweetheart? How about you and me back at my place? You and me back at my hotel room. Bosh. And then he looks away, you know? Pretending like he's not interested. What do you say then? You and me, bosh. You just look at the fucking state of his fucking hair. He lost a bet. He lost a fucking bet. I mean, he lost a couple of bets. Fucking hell. The fucking state of it.
Ghislaine Maxwell was sentenced
I've
to
already
20
seen you.
Just watch his response. It will make your blood boil.
Oh god, this is triggering. This is fucking triggering. I bet he boshes. Yeah, big Johnny's youth. I'd upload your reaction to IB for Final Boss because it's proper viral at the moment. What are you on about? Good shout. Hey, what's up, Andrew B? Andrew B. We need an Andrew B song. Andrew B, you need a WWE style entrance song. Pete and Bass. Unbelievable. I know Andrew. What's up, Jar? Right, let's watch. This is going to be triggering. Jasper. Jasper. Jasper, you fucking sausage is glitched.
Just watch his response. It will make your blood boil.
I asked you this question last week and you found every which way but not to answer it. Just how many grooming gangs have we got in London?
To avoid any misunderstanding, can she define what she means by that?
Yes.
Oh, you know what a grooming gang is, you fucking cunt. Oh.
If you look at what's gone on in Rotherham, where there are people taking young girls, grooming them.
He knows what a grooming gang is. He's trying to bait her into saying something like Muslim or Pakistani, and then he's going to just twist it and make it like she's racist. Oh, you mentioned a race or culture. Oh, you're the problem. You're the right wing. He knows what she fucking means. He's just trying to bait her into saying something. And now she has to dance around it because she knows exactly what he's trying to do. And now she has to try and describe a Pakistani Muslim fucking grooming gang without saying what it is. It's like a fucking game. What's that game called where you have to describe something, but you're not allowed to say what it is and you have to guess what the person's talking about? And then she wastes half the meeting trying to dance around his fucking games. And he's race baiting. Sadiq Khan. If you don't know who he is, he's the mayor of London. One of the worst human beings in political power. One of the worst human beings in a position of political power. He is worst human beings. He is awful. He's awful.
For sex. That is what I'm talking about.
We know in London there are issues about exploitation of young people, but they're not as defined by the member in her definition of what those types of gangs are.
So are you saying we haven't got the same sort of gangs that are in Rotherham, Bradford and lots of other places in the country?
Just for you, what's a misunderstanding? What does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean by that. It's all over the television. You know exactly what I mean by that.
What does she mean by that?
You know full well what I mean. These gangs of people that are grooming young girls for sex. Do we actually have those in London?
Can you believe it, though? The man's literally pretending like he doesn't know what a grooming gang is. Just because the conversation is politically difficult and might damage his re-election. The fucking nerve of him to sit there and try and pretend that he doesn't know what a grooming gang is. Just ask you one question, right? If you're watching this and you're from Britain, how much is this making your blood boil right now?
Chair, what is meant by the question? If she could spell it out, I can answer.
I've just spelt it out. Are you not listening? It's the sort of gangs that groom young girls at a young age for sex. Exactly how much clearer do you want me to be?
That makes me so livid I could cry.
Oh.
That disgusting human being who happens to be the Mayor of London, who also happens to hold the title of the Police and Crime Commissioner as part of that role, that responsibility, obfuscating, gaslighting, bullying, belittling. These are little girls, underage minors, being raped by gangs in our capital city. You do not play games over this. If this was anybody else in any other position of authority, that clip alone should have seen his head roll. London Mayor, you're a disgrace. You're disgusting. You do not deserve to be in that position. Not when the welfare, the well-being, the dignity, the integrity, the safety and the innocence of children in the capital city is at stake. You are the most deplorable, despicable, horrible human being to answer that question like that. Now you get back in that seat, you answer the question properly, you get the stats, you hold the police to account. That is what you're supposed to be doing. That is what I'm paying you to do. As someone who pays taxes, living in London, I should expect no less. The country should expect no less. You disgust me.
What she said. Fucking hell. Let the woman cook. Fuck me. You Sadiq Khan, mate. Honest to God, what a fucking vile monster of a man he is. Grooming gang is a cute way of saying bacon deny a child. Sniffing gang. God damn. You can't. I think with the YouTube algorithm, you say it a couple of times and get away with it as long as it's in some sort of context. But you keep saying it, it's difficult. I watch a lot of Piers Morgan and stuff. He says the words out loud. People are paranoid in YouTube, like you can't say certain words. I do obviously think if you talk about things, you get flagged straight away for, make sure kids aren't going to watch your channel, which is fair enough. But yeah, what a wanker. He is, isn't he, Jigs? Honestly, he's despicable, Sadiq Khan. He's genuinely despicable. What's up, David Panda? I'm from India. Do people from America see us as the same as Muslims? I'm not sure, David Panda. Not in the United Kingdom. I mean, I don't really remember. Yeah, there's a lot of. We obviously get in the United Kingdom, David. We get problems with areas where Pakistani Muslims live alongside like Hindus from India, and those two groups of people quite often clash and riot between themselves in places like Birmingham and stuff. So the UK is quite weird because, yeah, they don't actually get along. So because of that sort of general separation in the United Kingdom, where I think most British people understand that not every brown person's the same. Some of them are Indian, some of them are Pakistani, some of them are from a completely different Asian country. I don't know what it's like in America because like most of Britain's migration's from the Middle East. Most of your migration's from Latin America, isn't it? At least the millions of people coming to your country have a Christian background. I'd take Latin American migrants over Middle Eastern ones all day long. I'd close the border. I'd close the border, of course, and control who comes in and out. But, well, I wouldn't control who's going out. If you want to leave, you can leave. But I'd control who's coming in. I'm glad Trump cooked the shit out of him last week. So, it's me too. Trump just got nominated again for a peace prize. He only prevented 3 wars. Only 3. It's like the Nobel Peace Prize. The man's literally prevented 3 wars in the last couple of months. They will never give him a peace prize. They will never give him a peace prize. Even if he does manage to get fucking Russia and Ukraine to come to terms. Never come a peace prize. He could get China to stop genociding the Uyghur Muslims and to recognize Taiwan as its own country. And he wouldn't get a Nobel Peace Prize. He could go to Syria and end the atrocities happening there. He could go to Sudan, and I think he did. Actually, Sudan's one of the ones he's just helped end, right? So the genocide in Sudan's come to an end. That's Trump. So he's not just prevented a war. He's literally helped end genocide. Then still won't give him a Nobel Peace Prize. Not young girls, underage girls. It's definitely underage. Exactly. Musical. 14 to 18 of age. Oh, Andrew knows. Oh, I wish he didn't though. I wish he didn't. Hey, what's up, Tone? She needs to bash at the end here. Imagine you disgust me. You're a piece of shit. You are vermin. You're the worst. You're despicable. You get back in there and you do your job. Bosh. Bosh makes everything better. Yeah, what she said. Oh, shit. But yeah, how's there not consistent attempts to get him in public? It's crazy. The problem is, Jigsaw, the Sadiq Khan, you look at New York. Like, look at who New York keeps electing. London votes for this. That's the problem with London. They vote for all this fucking crap. And then got the gerrymandering happening in around fucking London, rezoning all the districts. They've been doing it for fucking ages in London. Like, London will, it's something like 55%, right? It used to be racist as fuck. But the amount of rezoning that they're doing in certain areas that Labour are trying to do, like Labour are trying to shut down councils and put the jurisdiction into cities, knowing full well that rural areas are not going to commute into the local city to vote for their mayor. So the cities will basically just dominate the region. What was it I was trying to say? But in London, they just keep voting for this fucking shit. Sadiq Khan's actually... The thing is about Sadiq Khan, as much as you hate him, the voters knew what they were voting for when they voted for him. And he's doing what he said. They're doing what they knew he was going to do when they voted for him. It's weird. You see it in New York. You see it in LA. Like if you look at Texas, red state, it's got a few little blue districts. If you look at them, it's just cities. Even the places in America that voted blue. If you actually look at the map, all the rural areas are Republican as shit. It's just the cities that are blue. For some reason. But of course it makes perfect sense, doesn't it? You look at the stuff that's going on in Epping. The migrants are in the hotel. They start fucking around near the schools. Some fucking young girls. Shit happens. The locals go, right, fuck this. They start protesting. All these government-funded organisations, all these BlackRock, Soros-funded bullshit organisations with their professionally printed and hired picket signs and protesters, they roll in. Then the news come in and they focus on the professional protests. Look at them. They're so good, so virtuous. Look at these racists. They're racists. So when all these people come here and come to London, they're constantly being told on a daily basis that the country's racist as fuck. The country's racist as fuck. And the only person who agrees with them is Sadiq Khan. Who else would they vote for? It's mad. I think Sadiq Khan voters are in the same position as Trump voters. But it's better our cunt than your cunt. That's what it is, really, isn't it? But Labour won't provide a better alternative to Sadiq Khan. So they just keep voting him back in because he's the Labour guy. Let's end this war of younger ages of those girls or boys. What do you mean, Andrew? Yeah, Ukraine's at a scary point now. People like, yeah, this is Ukraine, man. It's fucking scary. We definitely won the lotto on immigration. Latin better than bacon. You did, Lane. Absolutely. Tone agrees. Everybody needs a bit of bash in their life. Yes, Justin. It wasn't racist enough, clearly. Probably not. And there's so many virtue signaling Brits. Now, exactly. They just virtue signal. If people do with Brexit as well. You vote Brexit because you're racist. Yeah, I'm sure there was some people who voted for Brexit simply because they thought it would be less brown people, and they were wrong. Every Brexit voter who was clued up understood that we wanted to control migration and stop prioritising EU migration and to source talent globally. So most people who, before Brexit, if you actually were clued up on the subject, understood that the demographics of migration would actually become darker. Real Brexiteers knew this. So yeah, there'd be a lot more darker migrants in per capita. It's just the total amount of migrants would be way, way lower. And it'd be based on skills, right? That's what a Brexiteer wanted. What was I going to say? I've lost my train of thought. But yeah, they kept just like, you're racist. I bet you, for every person who voted for Brexit, for every individual who voted Brexit based on something racist, there were at least 3 Remain voters who had no information. They knew nothing about Brexit. They didn't understand anything. But for every racist Brexiteer, there were at least 3 Remainers who voted Remain just because they didn't want to be racist. They bought into this narrative that Brexiteers was all about race, and they voted against it just for that. They didn't sum up the pros and cons. They didn't look into the commission. They didn't look into the corruption. They didn't look into any of it. All the reasons Brexiteers wanted out. All they saw was, oh, they must be racist. We'll vote against it. For every retarded Brexiteer, there was at least 3 retarded Remainers. Every Brexiteer knows this. And I'll also point out, we still haven't got fucking Brexit. Still haven't got it. Nearly 10 years later, we still haven't fucking got it. Get the fuck out. That's what we voted for. Oh, we didn't understand what we were voting for. Yeah, we did. Out, out. Out, out. No half in, half out. We voted out. Out, out. No half in, no negotiation. Out, out. Fucking hell. I'm out. All right, Andrew B, thanks for stopping by. Older people grew up with the propaganda of multiculturalism being positive, but didn't have to experience the harsh reality until recently. So they still hold on to the false dream they were sold as kids. It's true. The one thing that I'm grateful to see is if you look at Southport and you look at the other riots from previous years, it was mostly men. Mostly white men, right? If you look at the more recent ones, especially in Epping, it's women. And that's when things change. Unfortunately, most men won't want to accept this, but women do hold that power. When it's you need to convince the women. And now that you're looking at Epping, they can roll in. You can roll in as many fucking professional protesters as you want now. Your message is dead. The fucking single mums are dragging their kids out to protest, mate. You're done. The women are fucking paying attention now. And they don't want the migrants in the hotels near their kids' schools. Right? You need a better plan. Something like Australia's plan. Something like maybe one of the islands, the thousands of islands that we own. It's time to set up a migrant processing island. Okay? If they're fucking actual refugees, anything's better than death. I bet you most of them will think, oh, fuck that, and not come. Older people, yeah. Shout out to A. Thompson. A. Thompson's doing all right. A. Thompson's doing all right, you know. Here's something I wanted to show you. I was looking. I don't want to do it because I was just looking at Gilly. I was then not looking at Gilly, but I was like, there's the botted subs thing. And I was looking at it and I was like thinking, what's the best metric for your channel to go by? And I thought, well, it must be views. That's above all else, views. You can't see the watch hours. So the only public metric you can go on to know if a channel's doing okay is to go by the views. And I came up with a way where I think, okay, so if you take the subscribers and you take the view count and work out how many views per subscriber on average they're getting, I think that can tell you a little bit about the health of the channel, right? So if I show you a couple of, these, right? I'll show you a couple, right? So we start off. Let me find A. Thompson's. So there's A. Thompson, and let me find my one. Let me find my one, and then we'll bring up musical. We'll bring up musical MMA. Who else should we bring up? Oh, we'll do it the MMA Guru. Let me do the Guru. We'll do this. We'll work it out. We'll work it out in real time. Okay. Because this is me. Because like I was saying earlier, I'm trying to find a healthy way to track my channel. I'm trying to find a healthy way to track my channel in a way where I've got a number that I can compare. So I can take the number today and compare it in a month's time and say, yes, this metric's improved. But without getting wrapped up in numbers and fixated on doing stuff for the better number. So this is what I came up with. How many views on average is it taking you to pick up a sub? And how does that compare to other channels? And if you're in line with that, you can just lay back, chill out, and just say, that's okay, listen. If my metric compares to them, then all I have to do is grind, right? And the averages will work out. So let's start. We've got the MMA Guru. He currently has 155 million views. Right? And he's got 358,000 subs. So on average, the MMA Guru is picking up a new subscriber every 433 views. Right? So let's go to the Bodach Show. I hope you're following this, by the way. So you know the MMA Guru, who's doing very well. He's got a new subscriber every 433 views. And this is mine. This is the Bodach Show. I've only got 160,000 views. I'm only a baby, not the millions of the Guru. And we divide that by my little 597, and you look at that. I'm averaging a new sub every 269 views. So if that's better than the MMA Guru's average, I think I'm doing all right. But let's have a look at musical. Just another one, just as an example. I'm getting somewhere with this, by the way, trust me. So musical, he's nearly at 1 million fucking views. Well done, mate. That's fucking crazy good. And he's got 4,390 subs. So musical MMA. Remember, the Guru, 433 views. Mine's better at 269. Musicals is even better. He's averaging a new subscriber every 210 views. And then we get to Aid Thompson. I'm getting somewhere with this. I just want to shout out to Aid Thompson. He's had 1.75 million views. And he's got 10k subs now. So he's doing better than me and musical. He's managing to pick up a subscriber every 174 views. Right? And Aid's doing really well. And the reason why I'm adding Aid to the mix is because Aid has got about 10,000 subscribers, but he's got a successful 10k. He's doing really well for someone on 10k. He's punching way above his weight. The interviews that he gets are way above his sub count. And he's interviewing politicians, celebrities, and he's even been on TV now and radio and things like that. He's been on mainstream. So this is what a successful YouTube channel looks like. Right? Now we get to Giuliano Agenti. Giuliano Agenti. So bear in mind those numbers. To recap, the Guru gets a new subscriber on average every 433 views. The Bodach Show every 269. Musical MMA every 210. Right? Aid Thompson, who's been on telly for fuck's sake. He's also charts, right? Aid Thompson, he charts in the top 10 political podcasts. 174. Now we work out Giuliano Agenti, right? Just remember those numbers. Remember those numbers. This has been me laugh. He gets a new subscriber every 9 views. Every 9 views. The MMA Guru, every 433. It's like every 9 views he picks up a subscriber, apparently. Come on! If there was anyone else left, if there was anyone else there left who thought his engagement and whatnot was in any way genuine, I hope that helps clear a few things up. And I hope I didn't just go off for too fucking long there. It's mad though, isn't it? But like I was saying, I found this out. That's the metric I'm going by.
Ironically solved every single.
By the way, that's the metric I'm going to judge my channel on. How often, how many views is it taking me to pick up a new subscriber? And if that's comparable to other channels, I know that I can just keep grinding. You know what I mean? So I thought that was a good way to do it. But then I looked at Gillies and realised he's picking up a new sub every 9 views. I was like, fuck off. Nearly 1 million views. I didn't even know. You didn't even know that. Yeah, Gil, it's all public on this thing. But like that said, Musical, you're picking up a new subscriber at almost 210 views, which is more than half what the Guru's doing. So make some fucking videos. Like, make some fucking videos. But the MMA Guru, that's the standard, right? If your metric is lower than that, then surely that's good. I'm so glad he's left Gilly Laster here. That's what I was building up to. Can you do me as well? Oh, let's do... All right, then. Let's do Ragdoll MMA. Hello, Ragdoll. Of course we'll do you. Of course. Right. Oh, hello. Hello. So we've got 906,449. Divided by your 9,800. Ooh, nearly 10k. Nearly 10k. You're at 92, Ragdoll. That's pretty good. That's pretty fucking good. And he got that lefty Vita. I mean, yeah, good luck to him. I mean, I disagree with everything he says politically, but I know he's a lovely guy. And that's it. That's his niche. If he believes in all that left-wing bollocks, then good luck to him. That's his niche. That's the audience. I don't think it's fun. Doesn't look like a nice audience. It looks like a toxic, snobby, stuck-up. Oh, we know better than the common working class scum. The working class. Oh, aren't they so racist? He's so desperate for the middle class life. It's like, ah. I'm saying that as someone who's technically middle class, but I reject it. Oh, fuck that. Fucking, I don't want it. Growing up in Cambridge is so much snobbery. It's fucking, oh, it's nauseating. Oh, the snobbery.
Mass deportations unironically solve every single problem.
The snobbery
in society
here, right?
Without fail.
It's like you go to a party and you hand them the wine. And they do the stupid shit. It's a bit, dude. It's like less than a tenner from Aldi's, mate. What the fuck is this? They're expecting something else when I come. Like, the snobbery around here. There's a lot of it. Anyway,
And without exception.
let's restart this one.
Mass
Jasper.
deportations unironically solve every single problem in society without fail and without exception. It is actually the case that if you just begin to deport people and do that at scale, society gets better with no downsides. Like, from a sociological perspective, mass deportations are a magic wand that make the impossible things just appear. Whenever you deport an undocumented family, that's the equivalent of just making a home appear out of thin air. No other policy can do that. Whenever you deport an undocumented family, that's like magically expanding the roads. Magically building more hospitals, magically freeing up more hospital spaces, magically making more school places appear out of thin air with no downsides. Like, millennials come in here and be like, oh, I'll never own a home. Because I'll never own a home, I'll never start a family. We can make like 15 million homes appear out of thin air in about a month if we really wanted to. Like, do you think the magic deportation fairy godmother making a home literally appear in your lap, do you think that would change your life in any meaningful, tangible way? To me, that feels like a preferable reality than tomatoes being 0.2% cheaper.
He has got an annoying voice. Okay, making a vid. Be right back. I'm back, got bored. Come on. He's going to have more subs than views soon. He is, Justin. He is. Right, let me start. Let me go. I've gone far behind. Sorry. Everyone here is going to hate A. Thompson with a passion. Yeah, they probably will. Fuck. How far back do I need to go? Jesus Christ. I'm so sorry. Right, let's get this. Let's do it. Let's do it. Sorry, I'm so far behind. Right, let's catch up. Let's catch up. I've been in my cave for the last few months. Hello, world. I'm guessing there's another video coming out then.
Well, the police minister was crowing about the government.
Fucking videos. Too many videos. Bosh. is Jilly's every quarter of a view. You knew where I was going. Every 9 is mental. Nearly 1 million views. I didn't even know all that. Exactly. Congrats, musical. No, 1 million views is fucking great. Considering there's only 4,000 subs, mate. That's amazing. That's also another way to know organic stuff. You just need to compare it, yeah? But that's the metric I'm going by. 1 million grams of onions at 1 million views. You can't even get through it. Musical is goated. He is. Aid got that lefty vitality. 3.5 onions eaten per subscriber. Bosh. Everyone here is going to hate. They will. They're going to hate Aid Thompson. But he's just a good guy. It's just the problem is he lives in the city and he's just wrapped up in all that fucking stuff. When he reads the papers and all that, he actually thinks that represents reality. Like, he won't be looking at that Epping stuff. He'll look at that Epping stuff and he'll look at all the professional protesters. They don't live in Epping. They're bussed in. You know, all these people on YouTube, they're literally identifying the people who are going protest to protest to protest. They're professional protesters. All their signs are mass-produced, professionally designed and printed and mass-produced. He's looking at them, right? And they put this massive banner. They always create this wall with this big scrolled out banner. The banner has quite literally got corporate fucking logos across the bottom. When your protest is sponsored by corporations, you're not the fucking good guys, but A. Thompson thinks they're the good guys. And those people who living through the consequences of mass migration with their homemade signs, because they actually are protesting against something. Their way of life is in danger. And it's due to a government policy that doesn't need to exist. The reason is a government policy that doesn't need to exist. That they can scrap it and turn away the boats tomorrow. End it. Tomorrow. They're the good guys. They're suffering the consequences. Your corporate sponsored professional protesters, they're the bad guys, Aid Thompson. They're the bad guys. The Daily Mail and the Guardian, they're not opposition. They're controlled opposition. The Guardian is there to make left-wing viewpoints and communism look like the intellectually superior choice. And the Daily Mail is there to make right-wing viewpoints look stupid and racist. The Daily Mail doesn't represent anyone. Its sole purpose is there to convince people like A. Thompson that your typical Brexiteer or anti-mass immigration is just some racist prick. That's all the Daily Mail's there to achieve. And A. Thompson doesn't understand that. That's the problem. You just have to take your hat off to the main fair play. Okay. You're all just haters. He's so damn powerful, is he? Wow. That is unheard of. I know. Every 9 fucking views he gets us up. He's going to have more. Yep, read that. Bro, Musical forgot how to upload. He only knows the live button. It wouldn't surprise me. I'm genuinely shocked of what kind of a technophobe Musical actually is. I know elderly people who understand technology better than Musical. You know what I mean? When Musical uploads, I can't wait to comment. Bro, finally remembered his password. No one's even going to watch it. We're just all going to just make... He's back fucking comments. Everyone's going to leave a comment before they've watched the video. Musical, if you make a video, Paradox... We will, won't we? Everyone's going to put that Musical video on when he finally lands it. And we're all going to comment first and then watch it. Because everyone's going to make some joke about how long it's been. Musical, if you make a video, Paradox will return to YouTube forever. Come on, Paradox. When Musical uploads, can't wait. I've already read that. Favorite UFC fighter of all time, and why is it Conor McNugget? Show my favorite fighter so far, from my limited knowledge as a new to the sport, is Anderson Silva. I've been on YouTube and I've watched his UFC run from start to finish a whole bunch of times. A couple of fights got boring, but he tried some shit. It was great. It was interesting. Ragdoll begging for a pin with that comment. Absolutely excited. What's it? Bro, Musical forgot how to upload. He only knows the live. What did he say? I don't know what you mean. Paz, that's why I'm doing it, you dullard. Ragdoll begging for a pin. I don't get that one, Betty. Joey is going absolutely amazingly well, man. Thanks for asking. I've jumped to the bottom. When's that vid going to be ready, Musical? Yeah, when is it going to be ready, Musical? What did he say? I don't know what he said that deserves a pin. Lane, probably the next polar shift, I think. Come on. Bodach, can you bring some modafinil so I can spend 5 days away? I haven't actually got any, mate. Shit. I'm not going to have any more in time for Saturday, I don't think. I'll tell you what, once I got your address and stuff, I'll just get it sent to you. Why is this Irish guy putting on a fake Yankee accent? I don't know. Innit? His voice is so annoying. Oh, that guy's voice. Yeah, he is annoying, but he says good stuff. Savile Speedrun. He does say good stuff. Avit Bodach, hello. Can you give us the loudest Bosch you can physically do? Bosh! Proper screaming Bosch. I'm gigging for the next 3 days. Gonna give so many free Bosches out. Brilliant. Musical, you gonna sneak a Bosch or two on your next gig? You need to live stream your gigs. Bodach, can we get your thoughts on this lovely piece of cringe? I will happily oblige in a moment. Hopefully it's not going to get me copyright. Justin, now I'm openly bashing after every song. I'm genuinely a tech nonce. Apologies. He is a tech nonce. Ragdoll, I think it's too gay even for Peyton. What do you mean? Justin laughing. Get the crowd going. Make them chug their pints. What are you on about? Don't ever watch Gaps fights. Based Anderson Silva enjoyer. I just think he's entertaining. His rise to the thing, everything's great. The thing is about Anderson Silva is he gets style points. I think some people want the unbeaten record. I don't care. What I want is skill. Right? There's two things I don't like in MMA. First one is homers. Can't fucking stand homers. Cannot stand fighters that rely on having a tough chin. I can't stand it. Yeah, if you got it, use it by all means. But I don't like it. I think it's shit. Like Israel Adesanya, he was vulnerable, and he came into the UFC. And the thing is about Adesanya is he came into the UFC, but everybody knew that he'd been knocked out before. He wasn't like some undefeated thing. He'd actually been knocked out. So it felt like he had honed his skills to a point where his movement genuinely made him nearly impossible to spark out, right? And that's what made Adesanya interesting. I mean, he took a few hits here and there, but you can't say he relied on his chin. So I do have respect for Adesanya, and Anderson Silva's the same. He relied on skill and movement and not getting hit. And I love that. That's why I like Alexander Usyk as a boxer. Because his movement's fucking crazy. If you look at Tyson Fury, he does what Floyd Mayweather does. Because he's twice the size of everyone. He just shells up the same way as he just rolls his shoulder. And that's it. It's so boring. Alexander Usyk's smaller than everyone, and he's having to bounce around. That's what I like. That's why I like Anderson Silva. That, and he just managed to pull off some fucking sweet finishes. Reverse elbow, reverse upward elbow strikes, fucking knee kicks. Bisping, Was it him, didn't he? When he lost to Bisping? Just on the bell, leaped up and fucking sparked him out. Things like that. His career's just full of moments. He has a really good career to rewatch. If you're a casual, you're going to do a bunch of things when you're a casual. You're going to probably go and watch Conor McGregor's run in UFC. And you're probably going to watch Israel Adesanya, John Jones and DC. And then you're gonna get to Anderson Silva. And another one you're probably gonna stumble across as a newbie is the Chuck Liddell and Tito Ortiz rivalry, which again is fucking great. And the best thing about it is you can see the quality of MMA growing through the years in a really enjoyable way, because the Tito Ortiz versus Chuck Liddell stuff, it's nowhere near the standards of modern MMA in terms of technical skill and whatnot. But the personality of the two people just made it such a good rivalry. And then that's what I mean with Anderson Silva, the style points. I feel like that's a good path. And you'll get into GSP and all that kind of stuff as well. I'm talking from a casual. I'm just saying this is how I've gone through. This is mine. Can't believe they cut my goat buddy. What do you mean? Finally finished cooking dinner. Nice little Lou. What you having for dinner? GSP was never held as pound for pound number 1 when he was active. All fights sucked. Yeah, GSP. I mean, I've obviously gone through the run, but I can't say I'm going to go and rewatch the GSP saga. I've watched the Conor McGregor run a couple of times. I'm probably not going to watch that one again. I will rewatch Anderson Silva's run again. And I will rewatch the Chuck Liddell stuff. The Chuck Liddell Tito Ortiz rivalry. I will. And I will rewatch the DC and John Jones fights and stuff. But yeah, I'm probably never going to watch a GSP fight again. I'm probably not going to watch an Israel Adesanya fight ever again as well. Quite a lot of them are quite boring. People underestimate the style points. They do. They do. They do. And just having some personality. Not as if his record was bad either. It's just when Chuck Liddell beat Tito Ortiz, it's not just a defeat. Like Tito Ortiz, he just couldn't comprehend how this man was beating him. Right? That was the amazing thing about Tito Ortiz, is he was an egomaniac. And it just literally couldn't comprehend the idea that someone might just have your number. And sometimes that happens in a sport. It might not be permanent. Sometimes it is. I remember as a Liverpool fan, for the longest period, we just couldn't get a fucking result against Arsenal. I remember the days where Arshavin was coming along banging in a hat trick, and I was like, who the fuck's Arshavin? Why the fuck is he getting a hat trick? We were losing like 6-1, and then playing him again in the League Cup and losing 4-0. We just, for about 5 or 6 years back in the day, back in the dark day, for some reason, we were always able to fucking scratch a draw on the occasional win over United and the other big teams. But there was just this little period of time, man. Fucking hell, what a bogey team. Arsenal just kept fucking destroying us. Sometimes in sport, someone's got your number. And it's amazing because Tito Ortiz just had his number, and this egomaniac, not Tito Ortiz, Chuck Liddell just had his number at the time when he was in his prime, just had his number, and Tito Ortiz his ego just couldn't take it. It's like, I think it's funny. I do love that rivalry. And just listening to Tito Ortiz in interviews, the guy's a fucking retard. He's so dumb. But he like turns up wearing suits and stuff. Like he's really trying to present himself. He's really trying to present himself as something he's not. And it just, you can't help but just laugh. What a fucking, mate, yeah. If you're getting into MMA like I have for the first time, you've got to go and watch That's some of the golden age stuff you got to watch. Obviously, in the early career of Tony Ferguson as well, that's a good catch-up story. Takes a tragic turn at the end, mind. Oh, Brock Lesnar. Yeah, the Brock Lesnar stuff. I've watched that. That's great. That's a great fucking saga in the UFC lore. People underestimate the style points they do. Not as if his record was bad either. His record wasn't bad. It was all right. See, this I've never understood this fascination with, oh, he's undefeated, he's undefeated. I'm like, yeah, okay, that's cool. And if they can get to near the end of their career active, still undefeated, I mean, it's amazing, of course. But you'll get some person who gets to like 10 fights undefeated. And, I don't know. I don't know where that fascination with undefeated fighters come from. I feel like a fighter that's got a couple of defeats on their record has learned a few lessons, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's the ratio. That's another thing I hate about the UFC, sorry. The other thing. That's not accepting when a fighter's a journeyman. They'll have a fighter that's coming in with like a 25-20 record. They've had nearly 50 fights and near on lost nearly half of them. And they'll be like, oh, don't underestimate him. Oh, he's dangerous. Oh, he has viciousness. Oh, you'll be wrong to write him off. I'm like, oh, he's a fucking journeyman. Just fucking be honest. You've got an up-and-comer who's unranked. This journeyman clings on to a top 15 somehow. And this is just the next test for the up-and-comer. He's expected to get by. If he can't, it demonstrates, a lack of potential. Let's call it how it is. But they don't. Oh, don't underestimate them. Oh, fuck off. He's a journeyman. We need to start recognizing and acknowledging journeymen in this sport. We really do. You wouldn't imagine it in the fucking Premier League. Imagine Leeds United get promoted and they're new. And then they're about to face Liverpool. No one's going to be like, oh, don't underestimate Leeds. Oh, they could get them on the counter. No, people are all going to say, yeah, Liverpool's going to win that. And anything other than Liverpool winning is a shock. And if Leeds do manage to pull off a shock victory, it's number one match of the day for a start. Holy fuck, Leeds United beat Liverpool. Newly promoted, whatever. Fucking hell. That's match number one. Just shock value of that even happening makes it match number one. We just need a bit more honesty in MMA. Let's actually recognise journeymen. Let's recognise the mid-table talent in the MMA. Let's recognise a fighter who's close to being cut if they can't start winning. Let's start talking openly. I want to hear Joe Rogan say, this fighter needs to do something before he loses his contract. I want honesty. It just fucking infuriates me. It's the hype. It just doesn't work. If you tell me that a fighter is close to losing their contract, I'm probably actually going to support him and get invested in that fight. I don't want to see some guy lose his job. Like, you know what I mean? If you're just hyping them both up and I don't know who they are, I'm like, okay, whatever, more hype. Yeah. I'm immune to it. I'm blind to it. I'm numb to it. And I don't know who these people are. I'm not going to get excited for it, Joe. Right? Tell me someone's lost a bunch of matches and close to losing their contract. Now I'm invested. Oh, who's that one? Oh, shit, I hope he keeps his job. Now I'm interested. There's someone I want in. I'm invested now. A little bit of honesty. That's all I'm saying. A little bit more honesty in the spot. Are you following what I'm saying? Do you agree? Bisping's footwork looked like he had early stage cerebral palsy. His feet and knees were quite jittery, but his head and shoulders movement was fine. He had that Tyson Fury jittery, unpredictable, sort of epileptic fit style of movement. I think it's good enough to throw people off. That's what you would do in the street. What Bisping was doing was more what you do in the street. You're not going to be fucking ducking and doing the whole fucking... You're probably more likely just trying to throw the other guy off, right? You do look like a spastic though when you fight like Bisping. Bodach, watch some Pride fights like Fedor. Oh yeah, I've watched the Fedor stuff. I like a bit of Fedor. I haven't watched the Vanderlei Silva stuff. Tony Ferguson's run up to the interim champ was savage. It is. He was in some wars. I did like that one. Oh, fucking hell. I remember watching GSP versus Thiago Alves illegally and wanting my money back. I missed all those times. Terence McKinney getting KO'd in spectacular fashion. It's always entertaining. I need to...
Action on small boats.
Don't fuck... I need to get some fucking videos. Sorry.
Well, the police minister...
Anderson Silva doing the Michael Jackson entrance in Pride was goated. I never actually saw that. I only watched the Anderson Silva from the UFC run. Ferguson versus Petit is probably my favourite fight to watch. Is that the one where Petit launches himself off? What's the one where he flies off the cage? He runs up the cage and manages to connect with a fucking flying head kick. That was a fucking knockout and a half. He peaked. He must have gone home thinking, oh, shit, I've peaked tonight. Even if he won a belt, he peaked that night. GSP versus John Fitch was a great fight. Fitch dominated everyone else. GSP beat the piss out of him for 25 minutes. Fair enough. I'll have to check that one out. Tito's CTE moments are so much more entertaining than his fighting career. They really are fucking... He's such a fucking mong, Tito Ortiz. I love the Iceman. I do like the Iceman. I do like Chuck Liddell. He's one of my favourite legacy fighters. I think Chuck Liddell's probably one of my favourite fighters of the golden era. I don't know enough yet. I'm still catching up. Tito was a big part of those early days, to be fair. His personality back then was fun for the time, similar to her World Wrestling Federation Attitude Era. Yeah, I mean, I do think the UFC is definitely missing some personalities. I mean, like, I like Tom Aspinall. I think he's probably. I reckon he'll get 2 or 3 defenses. I mean, heavyweights don't tend to pick up many title defenses before losing, do they? It's quite a savage weight class. I mean, isn't like the longest title run in the heavyweight division only like 4 title defenses or something? I think Aspinall has a chance of beating that. And I'm a massive supporter of his career, but my God, he's fucking boring. He's so boring. There's no personalities anymore. And then you got then you got what's his name? Oh fucking hell. Sean O'Malley. Fucking hell, why was that on my fucking... Sean O'Malley, he's boring. Just because he's got stupid hair and he's covered himself in tattoos, he's boring. He's boring on the mic. You see all these people trying to like make themselves like they're doing the peacocking bit, right? They're doing the visual side of peacocking. I think that's what they call it. I think that's the official term. They do it that's what they call it in boxing, isn't it? Peacocking, like the entrances and stuff. That's what they call it in WWE as well. The peacocking. Right? People like Sean O'Malley, he's got the visual side, right? You are going to always double take, oh, who's this guy? He looks like a bit of a fucking nutter. Why has he got tattoos on his face? Right? But part of peacocking is getting good on the mic. Yes, there's no personalities at the moment. I don't know who stands out. Chimaev, kill everybody, kill it. Yeah, it gets boring. I'm bored already. That clip of Tito opening a protein tub always cracks me up. I love it. Tito Ortiz is such a mong. My jaw was on the floor after that one man, so brutal. Agreed, Jigs, no one ever talks about him. You all hear the GOAT. Artem Lobov is coming back. Fair enough. Batiste versus Henderson. Oh, that's the one where he did the fly kick. Okay. He didn't get the finish, I don't think. No finish. Wow. How did you manage to say Petit as the French footballer Petit? Pettis. It's Pettis. Anthony Pettis. Sorry, Petit. Pettis. It's Anthony Pettis. Okay, Pettis, shut up. You better not fucking been clipping that. Tito's rivalry with Ken Shamrock was hilarious. I've got to really watch. Ken Shamrock was funny. Ken Shamrock in the WWE is really funny. Because Ken Shamrock was a bit of a spastic. He went into WWE. And no one told... He didn't understand that it was fake fighting. Apparently he went in there. And when he first started going on the stage, they didn't actually teach him enough. He was so thick that he thought because when you do a suplex, you genuinely do actually just take a bump. You get suplexed. So he thought, all right, well, I guess when you punch, you take a punch. So when Ken Shamrock went to WWE, on his first fight, he went in there you should watch the first WWE match. He went in there and actually fucking smacked the guy. Proper go for the knockout in a fake fight. It was so dumb. Oh, it was funny though. Imagine not knowing. They went over all the moves with him, and no one thought to tell him that you're supposed to hold your punches. He went in there, fucking tried to spark someone out in WWE. Imagine you're one of the performers. You're just a stuntman. You're just putting a shift in, having your fake fight in front of the crowd, telling the story. In comes Ken Shamrock. Fucking starts trying to fucking spark you out. It must have been a nightmare. So what the fuck are you doing? It's a fake fight. I will beat you into a living death. Lives on in infamy. Aspinall lets his hands do the talking. He does, but I wish... We need a few more people on the mic. The UFC needs more peacocking. O'Malley looks like a high school kid desk they doodled on. He does. Can you live react to Tito Ortiz cutting an onion? Tito Ortiz cutting an onion. I will. I need to get out of knowledgeable fisticuffs though. But I got it Googled. It's going to be a late one. I'm going to be here all night. Yeah, pronounced like the T. Yeah, Anthony Pettis. Fuck me. Ken Shamrock and Tito, the Ultimate Fighter. Right, let's get these.
Minister was crowing about the government's action on small...
Let's see what this fucker's saying.
Well, the police minister was crowing about the government's action on small boats. But the truth is this. So far this year, the government has allowed in 23,000 illegal immigrants across the Channel. That is 52% up on the last year under this government, and this year has been by far the worst ever. And numbers in asylum hotels are now higher than at the time of the election. This is a border security crisis, but it is also a public safety crisis, especially for women and girls. Many nationalities crossing, for example Afghans, commit up to 20 times more sex offences than average. Louise Casey made that point in her report. And now we have press reporting on the huge scale of the crime committed by illegal immigrants housed in the government's own asylum hotels. The Sun found 339 charges in the last 6 months based on only half the hotels currently operated. And the Mail on Sunday found 708 charges based on only a third of those hotels. Those crimes included multiple cases of rape, sexual assault, violence, theft and arson, including the case in Epping she referred to, where a 38-year-old Ethiopian man has been charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. An illegal immigrant in Oxford has been convicted of raping a 20-year-old woman in a...
They're talking about these disgusting, atrocious things happening to our girls, our schoolgirls. And look at how many are there in Parliament. Look how many empty seats are in Parliament. Look how many empty seats there. Look how little they give a shit about this issue. Look how empty those seats are behind him.
A churchyard. A Sudanese man was convicted of strangling
Disgusting.
and attempting to rape a woman in a nightclub toilet in Wakefield. Now, violent protest in response to those appalling crimes is never justified. The public, though, are rightly sick of this illegal immigrant crime wave. It has to end. So in her response, will she commit now to doing these things? 1. Record and publish the immigration status of all offenders. Secondly, close that asylum hotel in Epping. Thirdly, repeal the Human Rights Act for immigration matters. And finally, will she emulate Greece's new approach, which started today, and deport all illegal immigrants upon arrival from France without judicial process, either back to their country of origin or to a safe third country? Will she give the House and the country those commitments?
She'll do no such fucking thing. Labour will do no such fucking thing. If they vote fucking the Tories back in, they'll do no such thing. And if Farage comes in, he'll do what Trump did. He might stop the boats and shut the borders down. He'll then just fast track all the legal visas so they'll come in that way. None of these fuckers have an interest in stopping it. As you can see, when you look at the background, none of them even fucking attend to have the discussion. The fucking parliament was empty.
I got some psycho bitch who just got in my truck and was driving it.
Free Palestine!
In downtown Detroit and East Lafayette.
For my future kids. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Look at the fucking smut. Look at the fucking entitled
Trying to do my
face.
job, homeless drug addict.
Free Palestine!
Look at the entitled face on it.
I said! Free Palestine!
What's he supposed to do? He's like, yeah, all right, let me just make a phone call. Excuse me, Netanyahu, yeah, gotta free him. Gotta let him go. Listen, I got work. I got a job to do, mate. I got these deliveries to make. If you don't free Palestine right now, I'm going to be up all night, mate. I'm going to be late. People are going to get their packages. I got Big Tony on my fucking case. I was late for work the other day. I can't take another hit, mate. He wants to sack me. Right? Come on, Netanyahu. You need to free him, mate. You need to free him. This bitch won't leave me alone until you do. What the fuck is she free? Is this staged? Is this staged? He just fucking threw her out. That's satisfying. That is very satisfying. I'm glad he did that. Oh my god, there's more videos.
Has that ever been brought up to you of what's going on in the area? Not so
God damn, there's too many fucking videos. I need to stagger them out. Very, very true, Jigs. Everyone else's trash talk bores me. It is. The problem is no one was as good as Connor at trash talking. People tried to copy, but I feel now people don't even bother. Let's not embarrass themselves. I guess, yeah, I suppose. Like, yeah, I mean, unfortunately, I guess you gotta be a loudmouth. You gotta try and earn some Dana White privilege if you're a loudmouth. It's a way to skip the queue. Be a loudmouth. Draw some eyeballs. Like Paddy the Baddie. Draw some eyeballs on you. Shoot up. Get some Dana White privilege. I mean, Paddy's going to get a title shot 1 or 2 fights way too soon. But he's the only one. He comes out. He calls people a sausage. He questions their ability. He proclaims superiority. And he does it in a comical way. He comes out fucking dancing like an absolute fucking idiot. Paddy the Baddie makes sure that he goes out of his way to make sure that when you lose to him, it's the most humiliating experience of your entire career. And he's really good at it. He's the only personality, but for some fucking reason, his activity's plummeted. I don't know if he's injured or what. You'd expect Paddy the Baddie, the man on the up, the man chasing belts, the man chasing aspirations of going down in the sport as one of the greatest of all time. You'd expect him to be active and fighting 3 times a year, right? So I've lost sense in him. Now you got Hamzat Chimaev claiming, oh, he's going to be the man. Oh, he's the man who's going to become triple champion. He's going to become champion in 3 weight classes all at once. I don't think you can do that anymore because they've just changed the rules. But he didn't know that until recently. Someone trying to achieve such crazy goals. Again, you got to be fighting 3 times a year. Anyone who's interested in this sport is inactive as fuck. So annoying. Bodach, not gonna lie, you kind of killed the comedic flow there. Oh, I'm sorry, Black Betty. Yeah, Tone, Colby tried, but it was just a bad impression of Connor. No, the thing is, I don't think Colby tried, Jigs. I think Colby succeeded. I think Colby managed to. I think what Colby did wasn't really that much like Conor McGregor. Yeah, maybe he was inspired by Conor McGregor, but I think he was more inspired and following the WWE pattern, not the Conor McGregor pattern. And I personally think what Colby Covington did was highly successful. The problem was he lost the matches. You know what I mean? He was losing. Now imagine if Colby Covington actually went on a run, got the championship and defended it, beat Usman, spanked everyone. He'd be the most hated heel of this generation. I look at it like you got the golden age. Actually, Tito Ortiz and all that shit. And then you got the silver age. Actually, Conor McGregor and Anderson Silva and all that stuff. And then you got the current age. Colby Covington, if he would have actually won his fights, I reckon he would have gone down as one of the biggest heels of the current age. Haha, Betty, back to the horrific acts of migrants. Hey, this is knowledgeable fisticuffs. It's the news section. I'm sorry, there's some newsworthy events here. But yeah, Colby did suck. He had no power. Like, you just knew. You knew he was never... He never seemed to knock anyone out. You know what I mean? Like, when you look at Colby Covington's striking, it was like having a dream. You know when you have a fight in a dream? That's what it looked like. I was like, you sat there and you're like, Colby, you're not. You might get him ground and pound, but we know you're not knocking him out. he was never. You're not knocking him out. It's like, please go for the takedown, Colby. You're a wrestler, mate. Please go for the takedown. Please go for the takedown. No, you haven't got the knockout. I don't. It's like watching someone fighting in a dream, mate. Please go for the takedown. It's like, I hated it when he tried to stand up Colby Covington because it didn't matter. He just didn't have any power. Yeah, Lane, he's probably the best we've got at the moment. Segueing from Tito to rape gangs is never easy, I suppose. It is. It's an acquired, it's a skill I'm working on, Betty. I'm practicing. Talking about rape gangs, let's crack on.
I'm not saying this helps.
Just both up, Cossie.
Back to rape gangs.
There's children being followed,
Stuff's reported to police.
Okay, thank you.
45 minutes away from my house, ladies and gentlemen.
I just don't know why we're here. Obviously, I appreciate you've got your protest planned for next Saturday.
Do you know where these migrants used to be? They used to be in the hotel about 25 minutes away. What's going to happen is those migrants are going to get moved in the early hours of the morning. And they're going to get moved to another hotel. And they'll do it. And what they'll do, because that's what they did with the one near my house. And the only reason why it's in nice, affluent, posh places where I live, do you know why? It's because Reform UK have just turned around and told Westminster to get fucked with all the migrants. So now they have to go to Labour and the Tory seats. But what they do is they take the hotel signs down. So you got to look out for this. If you see any hotels that look like they've gone derelict and shut down, they're not. What they do is they take the signs down and they turn the car park lights and all that shit off, and they make it look like the hotel has been shut down. And they even put builders' fencing. You know, the metal gate, the metal fencing builders, like the temporary metal fencing builders put up. They even put all that shit up. And they make it look like the hotel is closed. And then the migrants are in. And that's what they do. And then eventually they start getting bored. Start lingering and exploring. Because of course it's against their human rights to keep... They're not locked up in the hotel. They're allowed to come and go as they please. And where they please to go is outside the fucking school gates. And then when this shit kicks off, they get the optics they want. They let it flare up. They get the optics. They get the professional protesters in. They get the news coverage. Oh, the racist right-wingers again. Look at the racists. And then they move the migrants to the next hotel. Rinse and repeat. And create this narrative like Britain's racist and all that shit. Mad, isn't it? He lost his teeth, by the way, when he took that fucking thing to that. He lost his fucking teeth. He glued them back on. Excuse me while I hit this. I've got a little bit of weed in. I thought, why not? Why not?
Yes, sir. Is there a reason
Oh, look.
why the door
Hey, look.
like that? I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling?
If you remember this guy posted this thing and he made it out like he was sitting there innocently and the police just lost the fucking plot. The nasty racist policeman, he lost the plot and just started smashing the window in and dragged me out. Well, actually, the body cam footage actually shows the guy was being an absolute fucking spoon, fucking with the police, resisting arrest, being a fucking idiot. And then he received the consequences. I mean, don't be a fucking idiot. When the police pull you over, just fucking stop, listen to the instructions and talk to them. Especially in America, they've got fucking guns.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over. For one thing, inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
It's daylight. I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement.
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over. Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
Sorry, 35.
He's just told him why I pulled him
Why did you
over.
pull me over?
He just told you.
Step out of the vehicle.
Here you go, look. He shuts his door on the policeman. Then he gets out his phone and acts like he's all innocent while the policeman break into the car. So that's the bit he leaves out in his viral video.
Okay.
This policeman nearly lost his job.
Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand?
This viral clip nearly made him lose his job until this came out.
Take us on, the worst is going to be. Open the door and exit, or we are going to break a window. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
See that? Multiple warnings.
You are under arrest for resisting.
Multiple warnings.
Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. I'm about to break a window. I'm about to break a window. All right, go for it. Exit the vehicle now! Exit the vehicle!
He's just a spoilt middle-class kid, by the way. So he starts filming. He started filming at this point to make it out like he's been targeted by some racist police officers. And his clip went viral, getting millions of views, nearly costing this policeman their job. Now with the body cam footage, you can see the kid was resisting, being a fucking idiot. Multiple warnings, back up. The thing is, you don't have to do things anymore. The police are all carrying these body cams. You know what I mean? You're not you can't race bait the police anymore because they're just going to release a body cam footage. Fucking hell. Cheds can fix her. Who can Cheds fix? What are you talking about, Jigs? Yeah. He's in good lane. Strickland too, actually. Oh, we're back to MMA. Back to MMA. Me trying to talk about my news, current events and conspiracies, and the chat just wants to talk about the fighting. I'm sure Todd from FedEx can fix the issue. I don't know who that is. Reminds me of a BLM. Of course it's staged. Of course it's all staged. Fucking launched her. Laugh at mouth. He did. He did just absolutely fucking launch her. Just the smugness. Free Palestine. What the fuck's he supposed to do, you mong? There was a point where every man and his dog was acting like McGregor. There was a point. Yeah, I do remember there was a few, weren't there? It's because he eats like a fucking whale out of camp. That is a problem. I thought he was cleaning his act up and not getting so podgy. Hamzat wants to stall 3 divisions. Exactly. The thing is, though, in order to stall a division, you need to get to the championship. And to get to the championship, you need to be active. You need to actually be active and get to the championship to then be in a position to stall it. Hamzat, let's say what you want about McGregor. He never really defended titles that much. I don't really rate him at all. I do think he was a good fighter for his generation, of course, because you don't just become a champion like that in 2 separate divisions at the same time. Obviously, what he did was remarkable. What I mean is, he's not going to go down as one of the greatest champions because he never defended things. He got one, then got the other, then never really defended anything. But say what you want. Up until the point where he did get the belts, he worked hard and he was active. He was fighting once. He was active. He shot to fame, and then ducked out to fight in a boxing match. Like these new ones, this new generation, like are they missing the point where you have to be active to earn your way up? And it's when you become a champion, you can slow down and be a little bit more picky and stuff like that. Like, fucking hell, at least put the first bit of hard work in. That's all I say. Colby did succeed, to be fair. It's just lowered the bar. Yeah, he has. Yeah, it's just he started losing. I did like Colby. I liked watching him annoy people. It was fun. I enjoyed it. Not gonna lie, he was a really good heel. Colby just uses low-hanging fruit to rage bait people. Yeah, that is true, Justin, but it worked. It was fun to watch at the time because nothing else was happening. Colby was also pretty dire on the mic. I don't know, like when he was riling up Jose Masvidal and all that, I thought it was funny. And he definitely got under Usman's skin. He masked it well, but he definitely got under his skin. And when he started calling Hamzat Chimaev cum shot Chimaev, I was like, you don't want that fight. Colby, when he went to Brazil, beat RDA and said, Brazil, you're a dump. Mate, that was brave. I heard the story that they actually had to sneak him out of the country. You had to sneak him out the back and literally smuggle him out the country. They had to get him to the airport and into a plane without anyone spotting him, because of how much grief that caused. Is that true? Yeah, Colby was shit on the mic. He was just really committed to the bit. I don't know if he was shit. I mean, yeah, I guess he's shit on the mic. It wasn't like he was spitting verses and you know, and well polished off insults and whatnot, but he was fucking good at being annoying. He was really good at being annoying. Because he was on a run at the time. He was on a run. And the fights that he had lost, he'd lost I think one of the Usman fights, he lost it in a respectable way. So the run he was on at the time, he was winning fights, and the ones he was losing, they were respectful losses. So when he had a big mouth as well, Bodach not having a push and pull tonight, he's regimented. What do you mean? Colby won interim belt and beat Usman the second fight, 3-4-5, Colby. Think so, useless. I'm glad Reform is the council in my area now. Yeah, they're basically because Westminster say, here's some migrants. You need to do something about them. Here you go. They're being sent to you. It's not Westminster that's putting them in hotels. It's your local council, and your local council goes, oh, send me some money to pay for it, and then they get extra funding, and that's how they do it. And then Reform had a sweeping victory a few months ago, and all those councils are now saying, nope, get fucked, we're not taking them. The council are literally like refusing, because we have something called devolved powers here, so they actually do have some sort of authority. The council, they're finding out now, because obviously they're challenging it. They're finding out now that they have no legal they've got no legal standing whatsoever. These Reform councils are saying, no, fuck off, we're refusing to take them. There's no legal mechanism to make Westminster force them to take them. So yeah, if you're in a Reform council, you don't need to worry about migrant hotels for a while. Your councillors will be telling Westminster to get fucked. Unfortunately, I'm in a Liberal Democrat fucking seat now. Used to be Tory. Liberal Democrats love a migrant. So what once was one of the most middle class liberal areas, literally Cambridge, voted one of the most liberal places in the whole of fucking Europe. Middle class as fuck. Middle class as fuck. Right? A 3-bedroom house round here costs nearly, I think it's like £1,700 to £1,800 a month to rent. Up north, that's more like £1,200. It's expensive thing. There's no way an unskilled migrant is going to find work that affords them a life here, right? But for some reason, I keep hearing about these migrant hotels and these protests, and they used to be in long, far away, distant places like Luton and Rotherham and fucking Southport. Far away places, many hours of driving away. Now, the very school your own kids go to are sending letters saying, please come and collect your children after school. There has been some reports of incidents. They don't get specific. They're not allowed. Yeah, there's been some fucking migrants pestering the girls. I won't say it out loud. There's been incidents, they say in the letters. That's happening in your school. And it's funny how the migrants, the hotel around here that looked like it was closed, all of a sudden open for business. Migrants gone. All gone. My area is now migrant free. Well, boat migrant free. Completely gone. The local job centre no longer has 300 people queued outside it. Now they're in Epping now. They're just learning, the migrants. They're going to get worse because what are they learning? Oh, if we start doing weird stuff, they just move us somewhere else. What's the consequences for doing weird stuff? Only, surely if they keep getting a constant fresh start, oh, the locals are kicking off. Let's move to a different migrant hotel 45 minutes away where these ones don't know us yet. Surely on the third or fourth time, you're going to think, fuck it, I'm just going to go. You're going to get more bold and more brazen. You're going to go to the school and you're just going to start fucking grabbing them. You're going to just outright start fucking kidnapping the poor girls and just fucking doing horrific things. And what are the consequences? If you don't get caught, you just get moved on again anyway. Well, you can do it again. And if you do get caught, off to prison you go. Prisons full of Muslims that will take you under their wing instantly because you're a fellow Muslim. Well, you'll get a bed and 3 meals a day. Where's the incentive to not be an absolute fucking sex pest? You tell me. Because it's certainly not going to be to give them job opportunities and the potential of a life, because there is none. They're unskilled migrants that barely speak the fucking language, and they're competing with the 6 million children who are about to get their GCSE results later this month and enter the workforce. The ones who go to university are joining at a time where others are leaving. There's 6 million people about to join the workforce this month. These unskilled migrants aren't going to do fucking jack shit. They've got nowhere to go. They're never going to look after themselves. And when you do finally put them in a council house, you've just put them in a permanent residence, which makes that area permanently more dangerous. Idiotic policies, man. It's insane. I don't think McGregor ever defended a belt. Exactly. Piece of shit champion. He's not a good champion. Release the sausages. Well, yes. Add that to the misnaming video. Jose Masvidal. What have I said? Is that his name? Wait, hang on. It is Jose Masvidal. What did I say? Tito Ortiz cutting an onion. Apparently you want me. It's George Masvidal. Yeah, Jose Masvidal. Alright. George Masvidal. Why did I think he was called Jose? That's a good one. That's one of my favourite mispronunciations now. It's not even a mispronunciation. I just got his name wrong. Well, oh man. I'd love to be that guy. Imagine if one day I got some sort of access to some fighters. I got to interview them. I would do. I'd just deliberately never learn their name. Like, imagine me, right? Getting access to a card. Where I'd be live streaming and interviewing and stuff. And I'm not allowed to go and learn any of the names. And I get to interview the fighters. And I have to say it to their face. I'm with bloody blah. Imagine if I scored an interview with George Masvidal and I was like, hey, what's up, chat? I'm with Jose Masvidal. I think that's... I don't know. I think I'm up for that. I just hope I don't get myself fucking head kicked in. I'll call him Jason Aspinall or something random. Just make up a name. I'll ask Jason Masvidal. Jason Aspinall. If he thinks Paul Jones was ducking him. Just always, I need to practice getting the name wrong. What's up, Chads? Bodach, have you bought any footy shirts from DHgate? Apparently the quality is real good. No, I haven't actually. Conor going to boxing was a bad decision for the sport. Evolved so much in the 2 years he went to go box, and Conor regressed. Exactly. I think when eras of a sport are sort of transitioning, you do get standouts, don't you? You've seen it in football as well. Like there's a transition happening in football. Like people are easing off the press and stuff, and you've got the likes of PSG and stuff who are having these freak seasons where they just seem unbeatable up until that Chelsea game. Like football's in the middle of... I got a feeling that football's in the middle of a stylistic change. I think the days of relentless Gengen pressing and transitional counter-attacking and shit. I think it's just too frantic. I think we're actually going to enter a period where the game slows down a bit and we're going to go back to more possession-based tactics throughout European football. The pace is going to slow down a little bit. And I think it's going to open up the opportunity for individual moments to start making the difference more often. I think that's what's happening. We've had these formulaic systems. I mean, I wasn't watching much football during this time. I had these real formulaic systems. And you got the likes of like Arne Slot and stuff, and the way Liverpool play. And you're looking at the way Lee do something unique to completely and utterly overload the single pivot that PSG play with. I mean, we're going to see a return of the double pivot and the false nine. Possession, working from the back, possession. We're going to ease off the press a bit. And we're going to see the next generation of fucking Ronaldos and Messi, I reckon. I just think it's the natural progression. It's just too difficult and expensive to keep these fucking systems going. It just is. When you got like Barcelona and stuff, they're really struggling financially. They can't field a bench of superstars anymore. They can't afford it. So they now need to develop systems to keep their star players fresher for longer, and that's why the game's going to slow down. The Bundesliga is financially uncompetitive now. The Premier League's the only one that can throw the money around. That and the Saudis and the Americans. But that's my prediction. So I can't even remember why I started talking about that. Bodach, what was I talking about? Fucking hell, that's a tangent. Bodach, thoughts on George Aldo. Oh, George Aldo, one of the best. Chat IQ has increased 150 points. That's up harsh. Just dropped my phone due to the weight increase. Fucking hell. I've been fasting all day. Right, let's get out of this fucking scene. Let's get out of there. Oh, the teleporting still tingles, Jasper, man. It still tingles. Shit, my fingers on the hand holding my phone have all snapped. Broke bone, how heavy my phone just got. Labash. I'm having 50 chicken wings because I deserve it. Fair enough, Jedhead. But you have made the chat heavy. Cheds, that's very brave and inspiring of you. 50 chicken wings. Jesus Christ. Okay, 18 hours is rough. Don't fuck Gandhi, Cheds. Don't. Yeah, he's dead. That'd be weird now. He's too skinny for you anyway. He's going to feel it in his spine, Betty. I'm about to eat my phone if these wings don't get here. Fucking hell. I believe Cheddarhead. Cheddarhead. Have you ever like got so hungry you've like tried to eat like something weird? Have you like? Or considered it? I don't know if you have kids or anything and they've used like pasta and stuff to make like artwork, and have you ever like looked at it and thought I could eat that? You know what I mean? Or maybe you've like thought about gnawing on a leather belt. Do you know what I did? Like the Irish did in the potato famine. After they finished eating the horses, they started trying gnawing at the fucking leather from their saddles. Bodach, tell the UK to implement Polish immigration policies. Poland might be losing this. Boob. They've got a left-wing fucking pro-EU, pro-migrant political party that are looking really strong and look like they might actually fucking take power in Poland. So they might start implementing some dumbass policies. The Japanese, who are based as fuck, they've now started fucking opening up their fucking immigration. Betty, someone clipped you cooking gilly. Did you see the edit? Oh no, what happened? She had a head. It's whore my Masvidal.
So the point is you won't have a conversation with me because I'm a Christian.
No, I won't believe anything you say because you're a liar. And you're a Christian as well. I hate you for the sake of Allah.
You hate me for the sake of Allah.
I hate you for the sake of Allah.
All right.
I hate you for the sake of Allah. Every Christian, I hate you all for the sake of Allah.
Religion of peace.
Any Jew, any Christian, I hate you all for the sake of Allah.
I love the segues. I love the segues. Talking about Jose Masvidal and George Masvidal and Jose Aldo and George Aldo. Talking about these prime fighters, and then we segue into the religion of peace.
He hates me for the sake of Allah.
You hate these bastards and the other bastards.
Would you kill me if you get a chance?
If we're at war, I will chop your head off.
Yeah, Allah guide you.
If we're fighting in war, am I supposed to let him kill me? I said if we are.
No, let's ask this again. Do you hate me?
Yes, I hate you for the sake of Allah.
Who taught you to hate me?
Islam did.
Islam did. Of course, it's important to note that that man does not represent all Muslims, only himself. But he does clearly state that Allah and Islam taught him to hate. Religion of peace? I think not.
Medicine is the psyop, but here's the psyop. You get a splinter in your finger, right? What happens if you don't take it out? Redness, swelling, pus. So would you say that redness, swelling, and pus are the therapy for the splinter, or is that the disease?
Therapy for the splinter.
In other words, it's helping you get the splinter out. And you can prove that because then it gets the splinter out, and then the whole thing goes away. So let's take your example. You breathe in some dust and chemtrail stuff, you smoke cigarettes and you eat crappy food, and you get debris in your lung. And then you cough and have mucus and feel bad and, stuff's coming out. Cough, mucus, feel bad, etc. Is that the therapy or the disease?
Well, now that you say it, it's probably the therapy telling your body that quit putting that crap in your body.
And to help get it out. And if you go to your doctor who doesn't know science or thinking, and he says, oh, you have the flu caused by an imaginary virus, I'm going to keep that debris in your lung. I'm going to give you an anti-get the debris out of your lungs medicine. And he does. And it works, and then you get debris build up in your lungs, and you do that twice a year for 20 years, and now we get the next disease.
What do you think of that, chat? I know a lot of people will disagree with that kind of take. I have heard this before, this idea that these medications, you get a flu or a cold or whatever, and these symptoms that you get, this is your body fighting these diseases, and you take these medications and they're not actually helping you get well and get healthy. They're actually stifling your body's ability to do what it needs to do because you don't want to feel a little bit under the weather for a few days. And the accumulation over the long-term build-ups causes the next generation of diseases that we now see. There's a lot of diseases we now see that we didn't used to. Maybe this was one of it. Pretty sure Bodach was responsible for the Reebok Fight Kit launch. I didn't do nothing. I did nothing, Jigs. Nothing. It was not me. I sent it to Musical. Maybe he can share. I'm not a mod. No, you're not a mod, are you? No cheds. Tone, great stream, thank you. Cheers to the $5, mate. Very much appreciate it. All goes to the AI. It all goes to the AI subscription pot. Cost me about $200 a month in AI subscriptions to do the stuff I like doing. Mini Musical gonna be the next Alan Smith. Nice. I still got the AI song. I want to play it in a minute. The AI song of the beef, the epic beef between me and Mini Musical.
This portion of CBS This Morning sponsored by Pfizer.
Good Morning America is brought to you by Pfizer.
CBS Health Watch sponsored by Pfizer.
Anderson Cooper 360. Brought to you by Pfizer.
ABC News Nightline. Brought to you by Pfizer. Making a difference. Brought to you by Pfizer.
CNN Tonight. Brought to you by Pfizer. Early Start. Brought to you by Pfizer. Friday night on Aaron Burnett Out Front. Brought to you by Pfizer.
This week.
I mean, this isn't normal, is it? Like, sure, some people faint here and there, and that happens. It's happened. It's happened. There's clips of this happening all through the decades, but there's so many in the last few years. It's abnormal.
Week with George Stephanopoulos is brought to you by Pfizer. Today's countdown to the Royal Wedding
all over the world as well.
By Pfizer.
And now a CBS Sports Update brought to you by Pfizer.
Meet the Press data download brought to you
Mascherano,
by
yeah,
Pfizer.
footballers were dropping down for a while, weren't they?
This morning.
Remember that? All the footballers dropping down?
Sponsored by Pfizer.
On how to find the hidden sugars in the American family diet. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You know what I mean? I don't know if you're allowed to talk about it on YouTube yet. It's a dicey situation. I remember back in 2023, I spoke about medical misinformation and they spanked me really hard and I got like a 3-month strike. Plus I couldn't do anything for a week. But we all know. All the people just dropping off, fainting all over the place. We know what caused it. Everyone knows. Everyone knows. Don't want to be a little prick about it though, do you? Start calling them C4 nonces. What do you mean? Wonderful, I agree. Are you a different the N-word? Oh, the neg. It's not the N-I, it's N-E banger. It's a difficult one to, it's a dicey one to say out loud quickly, isn't it? Good thing I never go to the doctors. I mean, from my understanding is, the doctors aren't the problem. I think the doctors are, well, they're not the problem. Their doctors are, they're trying to do a job, right? They're doing a job as they understand it. It's not like there's some conspiracy and all the doctors are in on it. Yeah, we'll help you jab them with your experimental technology. We'll help. It's not like they're in on it. You know what I mean? Like, all they can do is mean well and intend to do the right thing. And if the literature that they're going by, the same literature that tells them how to set a broken bone, the same literature that tells them how to diagnose a cancer and all these other amazing things that they do, that same literature is also saying, oh, give them the experimental vaccine and tell them that ivermectin is meant for horses. And if that's what the literature's telling them, only the experienced doctors are gonna be like, oh shit, well that's a load of bollocks, and speak out. And they did. And then they got ostracized and they put their careers in jeopardy. So most of them shut the fuck up and the rest of them signed the Great Barrington Declaration. But you know what I mean? Like, a lot of the doctors, I mean, how are they supposed to know better? But yeah, if you're getting fucking chest pains and stuff like that, I wouldn't recommend not going to your doctors because that one time they were recommending an experimental jab. If you got like chest pains or something, or you like abdominal pains that aren't going away, or persistent headaches and shit, you gotta go to your fucking doctor. They might send you for a scan where you find out you got a massive tumour in your brain. You know what I mean? You gotta What I'm saying is they didn't know better. It goes higher up. I think the problem is the literature is pretty much owned. I mean, obviously they have governing bodies that are supposed to make sure that it's all good, but when you look at these governing bodies, like the FDA, for example, everybody appointed to the FDA are ex-employees of companies like Pfizer. You couldn't make this up. The people who decide what drugs and stuff are approved are ex-employees of Pfizer. It's fucking, talk about a conflict of interest. And the British one's no different, the medical board. It's all the employees of fucking Pfizer, or ex-employees, with a massive confirmation bias. These guys dictate and control what the literature says. The doctors and nurses and the healthcare professionals, they only know what the literature's telling them. You know what I mean? It goes higher up. It's the corporate interest. We need to get the likes of Pfizer and the other fucking malicious infection out of things like the FDA and the British medical, whatever the British one. I don't even know what the British one is. What the guys, whoever decides what medicines are allowed in the UK. You can't have people who used to be employed by fucking Pfizer in these positions. Right? They need to be everybody in those positions needs to have a background in medical research. They need to actually have a background in medical research. They need to be qualified and have experience. So when the likes of Pfizer and Moderna and all that put forward their studies, someone who knows what the fuck they're doing looks at that, scrutinizes it and says, nah, fuck that. What do you mean? What do you mean you've only tested it on 100 people? We can't roll this out to millions of people. You need to go back and test it on thousands, get a better... You know what I'm saying? Now, at the minute, it goes to the fucking governing bodies where, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, you can have your job back once you've done your purpose. And then, oh yeah, we'll approve it. It's bollocks, mate. What are doctors and nurses and whatnot? What are they supposed to do with that? What are they supposed to do? You know what I mean? Can you do one on a risk of making yourself an organ donor? Or is that enough? Can you do one on the risk? So what are you talking about? From Cheds. Okay, copy the link address. I've got a couple of things. Oh, it's a ghillie clip. Oh, really? Okay. The short made me... Okay, the Cheds, it better be good, because I don't want to dig up drama. You know who I'm talking about when I say C4 nonsense. Yeah, okay. I'm off for me dinner, up early in the morning. See ya. Bosh. Thanks for stopping by, musical. Have a good one, musical. Bosh. Look at Bodach's brain working. Love to see it. Wait, what do you mean? My brain's always working. We got another short. Is this the same short? Argenti leaks his mod's face and Instagram gets called out by Black Betty. Okay. God damn. Let's do it. I should go get my din-dins ready too. See you later. All right, Justin. See you later. Lane's linked the right one. Okay. I'll get to it. We're going to watch it. I got a couple of things to watch. Yeah, but you know what I'm fucking saying. Jesus. This is a good one. What are you talking about, Weston? Adios, Justin. What do you mean, Weston? Now, the one thing that I'm definitely going to make a video on, one of the videos I got planned is these protesting things. People need to like really learn to recognize this shit now. Like, when you see these protesters come up again, when something kicks off with these migrants and you see the protests, and then you see the counter protest, they come in buses. There's a copious amount of YouTubers. They're literally catching them in the act. They're literally filming the buses arriving and them coming out. And they're literally filming it. So a van will come up, right? A couple of vans will come up. And then they'll pull out. Again, this is on YouTube. They're being filmed doing this. They're getting caught in the act. They pull out all the picket signs. They've all been mass produced. All paid for by fucking the likes of George Soros and all that kind of bollocks. And then the buses come in. The shuttle buses come in with protesters. And then they start handing out the professionally printed merch. And you couldn't make it up. They always have this massive banner that they put at the front as they begin their march. It has corporate sponsored logos on it. And another thing what these YouTubers are doing is they're identifying the career protesters. These are people that are literally paid agitators. They're paid agitators. And their faces are seen at every single protest. And they're really good at riding the line. So what they do is they always keep their hands down by their side or on their back. Because they'll never hit you or anything. When they're in view of the police, they get right up in your face. And they try and antagonize you. And they put themselves in the way of the cameras and stuff, hoping you lash out. Because when you do, the police arrest you. And then the media get their shot. They get their shot of the right wing being mopped up. If there's no police around, then they get a little bit rough with you. They get a little bit argy-bargy. They start grabbing at your camera and stuff like that. And when the engaging kerfuffle starts, the police will always come, gets their attention. What's going on? Nothing happens. You see it on the YouTubes that you see these people doing it. They grab the camera and it creates the appearance of an altercation. When in reality, he's just picking up his shit off the floor. The police come along. The citizen journalist who's just trying to be there, document it. There's only one of him. Where 5 or 6 protesters all say, oh, he's antagonizing us. What are the police supposed to do? You've got 5 of these left-wing nutters lying. How are they supposed to know any better? So, of course, the citizen journalist then gets removed by the police. I want to make a video about it. I want to talk about who I suspect is paying for it. I want to talk about how they operate. I want to talk about professional agitators, what they do. They get right in your face and wind you up until you lash out, and then the police pounce on you. As soon as they can get you away from the view of the police, and they can start tripping you up and stuff like that, and creating that illusion of an altercation where they can all just outnumber you and point their finger and get you arrested. And these YouTubers are literally showing you them do it. You see it when the scammers in London as well. If they see there's no police around, the scammers in London, they get violent with you and they start throwing shit if they see you filming and stuff. But yeah, I'm going to make a video about that. I don't think there's enough awareness. I think people really need to learn to realize that when you got 2 protests screaming and shouting at each other, and one side has the professional matching merch, they're probably the corporate side, which means probably the bad side. If corporations are sponsoring your movement, you're not the good guys, let's face it. But yeah, let's go look at this shit you've been fucking sending me anyway. Let's go look at this stuff. Ooh. Do you know what? I might call it a night and hand it over to Jasper for the last bit. I was going to look at these videos, but you know what? I don't really want to. I don't really want to watch it. I don't want to watch Gilly clips. I'm going to be honest. I'm done with Gilly. But Jasper, on the other hand, he said he'll watch it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a massive smoke and go and get a drink. And I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Actually, no, I'm not. I'm done. Hang around. Hang around. And Jasper will see out the rest of the stream.